The acronym RSS stands for either Rich Site Summary, Really Simple Syndication, or Really Straightforward Syndication, depending on who you ask. RSS is an easy way of notifying website visitors that new content is available as it is published online. This content can come from either your own EverWeb blog or from an external website. EverWeb's RSS Feed Widget allows you to display this content in an easy-to-view format in your site. To use the widget, first go to the Widgets tab. In my example, I am using a responsive page layout. Therefore, I first need to drag and drop a responsive row widget onto my page before drag and dropping the RSS feed widget on top of the responsive row widget. If you are working on a center-aligned page layout, you do not need to add the responsive row widget. Just drag and drop the RSS feed widget directly onto the page. Once you have added the widget to the page, enter the URL of your RSS feed into the feed URL field of the widget settings. For example, the external website link from engadget.com is as follows. Note that the link has an XML file extension. If you have created a blog for your EverWeb website, you can use the blog index as the feed URL. For example, the EverWeb website is at the following address, and so the website's blog feed URL will be at this address. After adding the feed URL, you will see the feed contents update in the editor window. Please note that it may take a few moments for the widget to update. By default, 5 post entries are shown. Each entry consists of a title hyperlink and the first 150 characters of the entry's text. If you want to include the date of the entry, click on the Show Date checkbox. To include the source link of the entries, click on the RSS Title Link checkbox. You can set how the content of the widget is displayed using one of the 7 available options in the Style drop-down menu. Adjust the other settings in the widget settings as desired. The default widget refresh rate is set to 240. If you know that the content is updated infrequently, set this value to a higher number. If the content is updated very frequently, set this to a lower value. To customize the style of the date or text entry, double-click on one of the dates or text entries in the widget. The date or text of all of the 5 entries will be highlighted. Use Command+T to call out the Fonts panel, or use the Fonts button in the toolbar. Change the font, font size, and font color as you want. For the titles, however, go to the Hyperlinks Inspector to change the color, as all the titles are in fact hyperlinks. You can also toggle the underline on or off as desired. When finished, preview or publish your site to test.